Yeah, let's do it. Let's do Christian Weston Chandler episode 68. Let's do it, baby. What made her this way? I don't care.
What is the attraction?
Okay.
What keeps us fascinated?
I don't know.
This is the story of Christian.
Of Christine Weston Chandler. Bing bong, bing bong. Okay, sorry.
On January 2nd, 2019, Christine revealed on Twitter that she would not be attending the MacFest convention that year, for she heard no
What is MacFest? Is that supposed to be like the Mac? Like, isn't there a character in My Little Pony called Mac? I'm pretending as if I'm not a certified brony.
word of any Sonotube-related panels. In addition, she claimed to feel increasing superpowers due to the dimensional merge, which included
True.
levitating all over the place. But due to the real-world Dimension 1218's reality restrictions, no one could witness the act.
It reminds me of the fucking, like, what I forget if it was Keenan or Kel. I think it's Kel. Remember Keenan and Kel? In the movie, like, Mystery Men, where he's like, I'm invisible, but only if you don't look at me. It's funny.
It was at around this time that Jacob Sockness, an individual who fell in love with Christine but then grew to hate her as she failed to notice his messages on social media, claimed to have stolen the dimensional merge away from Chris and also put a curse on her. Sockness alleged that he tied the merger portal to a witchcraft temple, which he
I believe him. I believe him.
fashioned himself, and that the merger would take place in his home in San Francisco and not in Chris's house. On January 3rd, Christine donated $20 to a fundraising campaign on the site GoFundMe to help pay for an individual's appendicitis operation. The next day, YouTuber GenoSamuel teased on Twitter the return of his Christian, a comprehensive history documentary series on his GenoSamuel2.1 channel.
Woo! Love that. I love it.
And was set to upload on February 24th, Chris's birthday. Chris shared the post, admitting that her birthday fell on a Sunday that year. Also on that day, Christine was interviewed by one Jackson Dalton, and the recording was soon after uploaded on YouTube.
I think it was 2014, is that right? You became a female? And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what made you realize that you were a female?
Well, I had, throughout my life, I had exhibited.
It's interesting because obviously, like, Christine can't turn female because female is a biological term. But back in the day, that's what they just said like that. It was like female. They didn't like when, you know, transgender, when like being trans was a very new thing. So they would just say, "Oh, I'm a female now," you know.
And I totally realized my
I killed
feminine
it.
habits and traits. And then it became more apparent to me that I was definitely soulfully a woman due to the vision I had where I saw myself in my past lifetime sitting by a tree at Woodstock. I was like, and I was a woman then, so, okay, yep. I'm soulfully a woman.
So Woodstock, like the bird from Snoopy. That we're talking about.
So it's a good thing to go on from there, and I never regretted it.
Yeah, and I also know you had a lot of gal pals, so I kind of get it too.
Yep.
What's your favorite game franchise?
Probably Sonic. No. Wait, do you think it's that Animal Crossing? What do you think it is? What is it?
Game franchise. Shoot. And aside from Sonic and Pokemon, I really like Tetris.
Okay. I guess I got it right, but fucking Tetris? What?
Tetris.
And then I also really got into and definitely like also the Hyper Dimension Neptunia series.
What the hell is that? Is that an
Man,
anime?
Especially since I'm more into it because I'm a CPU myself now.
Yeah, no. Child predator unit. Sorry, just kidding.
There's
I'm more like a mommy predator.
my mother.
That's not funny. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I hear
All
Deborah.
right, Mom, be safe. I love you.
Hi, Deborah!
Her name is Barbara.
Damn. Fake fan.
Barbara, sorry. I'm not really good with names. I hope she doesn't think I'm a troll or something.
No, she knows it.
No, she can't think at all. She has dementia. So
She knows about this area. Look, I'm flying through space.
When did you come to terms with your situation, that you currently have,
yeah. Well, the last time I came to terms was inside of a Fanta bottle.
constant mockery and whatnot?
Well, with the trolls and whatnot, I pretty much came to terms with it, and started turning myself around on how to handle it about 2011. Shoot. Before Idea Guy came along, I literally was meditating nightly with Magic Chan, my hubby, And
Whoa,
then
way
all
to
the
go.
events happened.
Sorry.
And last March, I married Magic Chan and Crizel, and then last June, I married Mewtwo and Sylvana. And it's been very good, been very delightful, everything. And lots of people have seen us all together when we go out. So, and
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
definitely not the only one who can see them with my true sight.
Yeah, I did see a video of you kissing one of your wives.
Kissing Crizel.
Yeah.
Not to dox my friend there who ended up being named as the one who uploaded the video, and I'm not going to say his name on this video or dox him, but I just want to let him know that I know what's going on with you, and you're being possessed by the dark side, and I just want you to know that I forgive you. You're still cool in my eyes. I know you haven't done worse. I definitely like you and I to still be friends, and I still have the Christmas presents to give you, and the other are the 2 friends. I definitely want to hang out with them because they are actually good people. I care about them as friends, you know.
Jesus.
Also on that day, Christine,
rambling.
for unclear reasons, believed that she experienced an assassination attempt by a certain Sonichu created by the exiled Draco, who was routinely uploading videos on YouTube of the Sonichu comics with himself.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Christine is really no different than like Alex Jones. Alex, what we were watching like yesterday, a video of like Alex Jones thinking that like somebody like was trying to set him up because he went to a hotel and the fire alarm went off. It's like insane, unhinged shit.
Providing the voices for all the characters.
I am the prophesized master.
Chris addressed the supposed attack via Twitter. At the exiled Draco, your Sonichu OC personally paid me a visit tonight. He attempted assassination of me with commands from within your subconscious. Fortunately, I saw him coming and stopped him.
Wow,
What do
that's
you
a
have
very powerful, intrusive thought then.
to say for yourself on behalf of your OC's behavior? The exiled Draco denied the accusation, claiming that his original character, Exiled Sonichu, or X, was mischievous but not murderous, and that the creator never would command X to kill anyone.
Wait, so does this person actually believe what Christine's saying, or are they just like playing along, like, or are they just playing like a troll? What a good argument, though.
Chris later returned to explain the attack.
Alex Jones has legit drama though. Christine does as well. Like, let's be fucking real. Like, if you start all the way at the beginning, Christine was like relentlessly bullied. Their fucking dad paid girls to be friends with him. At the time, it was him. Like, they were bullied by everybody online. Every single like intimate relationship that they ever had or they perceived having was by some kind of a troll. One of them ended up being like a fucking 14-year-old boy that forced him to shove the Sonic medallion up his ass to get his PlayStation account back. I don't like I understand that Christine did a really horrible thing to their mother, but like if you don't think that there was a massive factor of like being relentlessly bullied to the point where they didn't feel like they could trust anybody else, like you're delusional. It's a factor. It's huge. Christine has massive trauma. Are you kidding me? Okay. He said head trauma. Oh, yeah, you did say head trauma. Check this out, bro. What? That's hitting the whoa. We're going to pretend that didn't happen.
In detail. Good afternoon. Firstly, Magichan was a witness. He was in the bathroom with me, sitting nearby as I showered. X
Ew.
appeared behind me through a device generates portal. Initially, I partially recognized him, and Magichan was able to fully identify him as your OC, X, without a doubt. He was attempting to assassinate me, at least with a prank.
Assassinate?
He had become in talks with a small group of haters against me.
Hater.
Magichan talked with him
Player
and
hater
discussed how important
degree.
I am. For one thing, he would not exist if I wasn't around. And then, a friend of X's showed up to retrieve him. He had a knife in his hand, but I felt his portalling presence, so I grabbed him by the wrist and lifted him up. A dark blue Sonichu that could be mistaken for a bad recolor OC of myself or Christy. He got a good talking to, as well. No
talking
charges
to.
or punishment will be ensued against either of them or yourself, I promise. At the exiled Draco, I only wanted to inform you of the matter and get your thoughts. This event was one that was fated to happen anyway. But aside from that, I'd like to let this be an example for those with such hatred-filled thoughts against us in their heads. We all are together and capable of defending each other. I am able to feel it coming and stop it from happening.
I'm gonna come.
Thank you. The exiled Draco responded again to claim that X was innocent and that Chris's story did not reflect X's supposed
All I have to say is, X gonna give it to you. What? Did I do good? I didn't.
history and known character traits. Another Twitter user interjected to suggest that the assassination attempt may have been merely imagined by Chris. Christine
True.
denied that it was her imagination, since she allegedly could physically interact with a Sonichu by whacking it with a half-full hair conditioner bottle.
That makes absolute perfect sense. Like, what else would be like the beacon? The McGovern, as it says, other than a half-empty shampoo bottle or whatever.
The Twitter user replied, saying that there may be a chance Chris was hallucinating, which may indicate a developing mental illness, urging her to seek help. Chris defended her experience by pointing out that QB Farms user and former guard dog, the captain, had apparently met with Magi-chan, in addition to others witnessing him being with Chris as well. On January 6th, Christine used her alternative Nightstar Twitter account to check the most recent updates from My Little Pony related creator Lightning Bliss, who had previously blocked Chris's main account. Chris then after wrote a string of tweets denying claims that she was one of the awful bad trolls and did not target or harass anyone.
I'm actually an awfully good troll.
She wrote that she spread kindness, love, and support, and stood up for anyone who was being harassed or bullied. She closed by writing that she was unable to help those in need if she were blocked, and pleaded for others to not do to her what her half-brother, Cole Smithy, had done and block her Twitter account because it ticked her off when her kindness and support was blocked. Later on, she begrudgingly advertised an old item for sale on eBay, a telephone in the shape of the mascots of the multicolored button-shaped chocolates, M&M's, because Chris's mother Barbara was yelling at her about money. On the 7th, Chris rhetorically asked her Twitter followers what would a mix of apple flavor and berry flavor Fanta be called, before announcing that it
what do you mix it with, cub? That'll never get old.
would be named Blue Applery. On January 10th, a concerned individual who had known about Christine for a relatively short time called Adult Protective Services in an attempt to have her living situation examined in the form of a wellness check. He recorded the phone conversation and then shared it on the QB Farms under his freshly created account, Chris Psychology.
It's been a long time since we've gotten like these fake messages, like fake, you know what I'm talking about. Like these conversational like. How many episodes ago was it when somebody was like calling Chris to troll them and you got like a whole conversation piece?
I'm concerned about the safety and well-being of someone in Recordsville under the name of Christine Weston Chandler.
Okay.
Do you need her address? Would you like to hear more, or?
I know the address.
Okay.
I know the address. Wow, there must have been like a lot of calls for that to get the address. Jesus Christ.
Appears to be that she's trans. It appears that she's not able to take care of herself as well.
Do I think Christine will be happy or sad about the M&M change? I don't know. I guess happy. I really never thought about it.
As her mother, who may or may not be suffering from dementia.
Yes.
Her mother is calling her by her older brother's name, and her older brother has been living out of state for a very long time. Christine seems to be suffering from delusions, which are worsening over time and fed into by strangers over the internet. And her family and herself have displayed habits of compulsive hoarding, and from other outside sources and videos she posts from.
Relax, psych student, okay? Jesus. What are you in your introductory class? Silly goose. Silly goose.
The internet, she appears to recklessly spend her money, and we're not sure of her financial stability, and we're also not sure if she has any plans of what's to happen when Barbara dies. We're just concerned and want the best for her, and want to make sure she gets the help she needs.
Well, it's not going to matter, because then Barbara will be united with her Lego version or whatever in the fucking universe, Lego-verse.
Sure.
So, I mean,
you know, good for
obviously,
calling.
I'm aware of the situation. You're not the first person to call. In fact, you're not even probably the 10th person to call. The issues that we have with the situation are that we can't force cooperation unless we have very serious and provable risk of danger to herself or to Barbara, which we aren't able to prove at this time. So is there something recently happening that is raising the level of concern for you to call in now?
She has been posting on her Twitter that she feels that the characters she creates are living in a different dimension and everything's going to merge, and she said that she's like experiencing psychic powers.
Hey.
And, like moving.
It's basically Christianity. Christianity Weston Chandler. Get it? You get it. That's a funny that I made. You know it's true, silly goose. Oh wait, did I already have the thing on?
Things in her home with her mind, and just overall down the rabbit hole.
My concern is that the online activity and persona and everything that goes into it may not actually be the real personality and the real beliefs and the real situation that's going on. I can't force cooperation. I can't force entry to the home, and I can only question to an extent that they will allow. So it's just hard for me to really nail down any actual underpinning to everything that is online. Because I agree, what's online is absurd.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that on our end, whenever we get information in like this that raises our concern level again. We do re-engage and try to offer services, to try to offer just guidance on whatever may be needed at the time. Like I said, if you see newer things popping up that increase the level of concern, always call back in. Like I said, we're always looking for more risky behavior that could help us build the case for what needs to be done. Was that everything you had at this point?
At this point for now, yes.
So professional.
He was afterwards ridiculed by members of the Kiwi Farms for trying to meddle in Chris's life, and soon
Who was the girl or the guy?
had his social media profiles, parents' home address, and personal and nude photos shared on the site.
Wait, what?
Ridiculed.
Was that everything you had at this point?
How did this
At
escalate
this
so
point for now,
hard?
yes.
He was afterwards ridiculed by members of the Kiwi Farms for trying to meddle in Chris's life, and soon had his social media profiles, parents' home address, and personal and nude photos shared on the site.
Ooh, wait. Who are we talking about? Wait, the girl? Did he misspeak and mean the girl? Or it sounded like he said he. Are we talking about the guy on the phone? What?
He then deleted his Twitter account and closed his Discord servers.
Who's the he?
Also on January 10th, Chris highlighted.
Are you talking about the fucking guy that they called for the emergency, pickle service or whatever? Bro, that would be wild. What the fuck?
That the belt on her recently purchased treadmill caused her to slip and interfered with her exercise, so she received a new replacement belt, courtesy of a Twitter friend, done in preparation to her participation
You don't need a new belt. You need to tighten your fucking belt. Like, that's what you're supposed to do on a treadmill, is you have to tighten it every so often and make sure that's, like, greased up. You really shouldn't have to do much of the greasing up consistently, but, like, you have to make sure it stays tightened in, like, a certain way. But okay.
The hashtag BronyBabes weight loss campaign, started by
Oh, it was a feminine voice. Pop OT, was he a troll? Not she. I thought it was a fucking girl. Dude, it sounds like a girl, bro. Come on. Stop trolling me. Okay, I'm sorry.
a small group of My Little Pony fans, which included Lightning Bliss.
Lightning
Later
Piss.
that day, Chris unveiled her new LEGO construction, a representation of her CPU Blueheart goddess persona. The next day, her Twitter account was supposedly taken over by her supposed husband, Magi-chan, who wrote a plea for people to stop harassing her and the people with whom she conversed. He claimed that Emmanuel, or God, was also disappointed in all the trolls and bullies.
Yeah, Emmanuel the God. Okay, guys. All right, Ariana, God isn't a woman. God is a Hispanic man. All right, relax.
Magi-chan vowed to personally visit all those who left Chris hurtful comments and drain their memories of any technological knowledge.
Damn,
The artist
that's
of the art of Magi-chan that Chris
But
attacked.
is that actually a punishment, or is that actually a positive thing? You lose all your ability to know technology or whatever. That might be a positive, bro. Especially in this day and age. In this day and age. You know what I mean? Little throwback.
Attached
Family
in her
Matters.
final tweet, Captain Taco 2345 entered the thread to highlight that Christine did not credit him, and so left several tweets to bring more attention to himself and his work. Chris soon after acknowledged the artist and gave him credit, sharing his profile. The next day, after exercising on her treadmill, Chris alerted her followers of the latest data retrieved from her fitness tracking app, Fitbit,
Right.
revealing
Cool.
that she weighed 209.7 pounds and wished to reduce her weight down to between 200 and 179 pounds. The next day, she posted a selfie of herself for the hashtag BronyBabes campaign. Also on the 12th, Chris
Hashtag
filmed and then posted a short
BronyBabes.
video of snow falling outside her house.
Snowing, snowing, snowing is falling, and we're inside at home with eggs for breakfast to make omelet with.
It was around this time that a small group of individuals began scheming about how to gain Christine's trust and influence her. Twitter user
What? No one's ever thought about that. No one's ever done that before. How fucking unique could you be? Trolling Christine by pretending to be a friend? Blah, 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 blah.
Megan K. Ringo, or Maker Nightfee, made her presence known to Chris by encouraging
girl?
and agreeing with her statements concerning the dimensional merge, and even confessing to being the supposed CPU goddess of the Nintendo Switch game console. A friend of hers found Christine's phone number, and to make her surprise, Chris replied to her text messages. She was being advised in how to interact with Chris by one Owls, who was known as CPU Turquoise Heart by Chris.
Okay.
Maker Nightv then created a private server on the online chatting application Discord called Sons of Miscreants, where she asked for others to join and participate in her scheme. She elaborated in the private chat that she did not aim to feed Chris's delusions, but rather offer her friendly advice and be a source of moral support. Maker also highlighted that those in the Discord should not troll Christine, and that everyone should create their own CPU goddess persona and Sonichu character before contacting her and pretend to be gifted with the spirits of console goddesses. As Maker Nightv continued contacting Christine and earning her trust by supporting her words on Twitter and sending her fan art, Chris asked for Maker to befriend her former friend, Megan Schroeder, but Maker rejected her request, as she didn't want Megan to be put through any more Chris-related drama. At another point, Chris seemed to have grown more interested in Maker Nightv, as she was, according to Maker, being molded into a mini Christine by telling her to make her own medallion utilizing Chris's crystals.
Is this Christine like trying to weirdly like groom this person? Like what the fuck? Holy shit. What the hell? I mean, it would be grooming if they're an adult, but it's like weird. It's like trying to mold them into a fucking whatever. It's so bizarre.
Inspired by Chris's alleged marriage to her own characters, Maker revealed on Twitter that she apparently was in a relationship with her original character, Nightv, a statement which Christine acknowledged and liked. On January 12th, Twitter user Kara Squiggly Rosechew, who was part of Maker Nightv's Discord, told Christine's detractors to leave her alone and stop the hate because she was a human like everyone else. Chris thanked them for their support, but corrected their statement to clarify that she was allegedly half human and half Sonichu. The next day, a user criticizing Maker for feeding Chris's psychotic delusions was replied to by Maker herself, who clarified that Christine's ideas were not delusions and that they were too blind to see the truth.
I mean, listen, honestly, you never really know, do you? What if it is real? What if it is real, right? What if it's Saudi Arabia? Sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, what if it's real?
Christine thanked Maker for defending her, pitying the haters for they did not possess, quote-unquote, true sight. She later explained that an individual with true sight could see invisible creatures and objects and perceive the original forms of shapeshifters.
Just like Harry Potter and those weird horses that he could only see after he saw death. But couldn't see them after he saw his mother's death. Had to wait until he saw a different death. Of course, it makes sense.
Among other abilities, QB Farms users quickly noted that her description of True Sight was copied from the description of the ability of the same name seen in the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons.
Makes sense.
Chris then wrote a new tweet to direct all business inquiries to the email address christine@quickfill.us, adding that since she was a female, she asked all who contacted her to refer to her with the correct pronouns. On January 14th, in response to more members of the My Little Pony fandom being exposed as pedophiles, a Twitter user attempted to
Bro, what the fuck? There's so many of them.
Add Christine to the list by sharing a private message written by member of the so-called Teen Toon Squad, Lucas, in which he claimed she inappropriately touched, hugged, and kissed the teenagers. Chris denied the accusations, claiming the message was taken out of context and that she was solely being entertaining or kind to the teens. She restated that she would never be attracted to minors. She later added that it would be fair for her to be demonized if conclusive evidence of—
Yeah, me neither. I'm more into lumberjacks. Right? Because you wouldn't want to marry somebody that is going to get, like, black lung, you know?
her being a pedophile surfaced, but highlighted that the evidence must not be cropped or photoshopped, and that inflatable sex dolls should not count, regardless of whatever imagery was printed onto them. She further wrote that she stated her case without fear of prejudice because she had proven herself better in the decades since the trolling began, and that she usually did not engage in adult conversations with those under the legal age or those who did not make the first move on her consensually. The individual investigating reports of Chris acting inappropriately concluded that there wasn't enough evidence to brand her a pedophile, though stated that she was absolutely a creep and needed to get help in the form of therapy. Also on that day, after sharing the profile of Chaotic Chimera, a My Little Pony related artist who was in need of financial help, Christine was blocked by the artist and wrote a string of tweets to express her anger. I am all too well aware of the risks involved, especially the haters looking to target and harass those of who I am trying to be kind and supportive of, or simply talk to, with, or about. I am not fond of the haters and harassing types, and I do not condone their bullying of anyone. But I have faith in the common sense of everyone in being able to simply block those who actually do the harassing and hating instead of me. I remain the victim of circumstances every time someone blocks me instead of blocking the actual haters who harass. Look at my tweet history on @QuickSonichu. Do you see me making any such harassment or hurtful commentary to anyone who is innocent of hating or harassing? Absolutely not! All I did was relay that Chaotic Chimera needed money, so I relayed the link to her tweet about her dilemma. What happened? The haters harassed her, and I got blocked. I did not make any such negative commentary, not one word from me. And yet I get blocked over the actual haters. Do you all know how I feel every time I learn that someone I follow, like, and respect on Twitter blocks me?
Bitch.
I freaking hit the wall after running at Mach speeds. That's how I feel.
Damn.
And the shock freaking hurts. And sharing miscontent
Wait, is that actually a gif of Christine running at a fucking wall? I wouldn't doubt it, but is it?
about me with anyone, especially that which is more than a decade old, is garbage. Sigh. But I digress. My main goal here is helping the artist by relaying her link. That is all.
But I
do not
digress.
want to hear or see anyone harassing or hating on her or her family. Thank you. The next day, Chris wrote that she was staying positive and grounding her emotions with the help of her supposed husband, Magi-chan, sharing a photo of Lego figurines representing herself, Magi-chan, and the cartoon character.
So why wouldn't you just be able to show actual Magic-chan if it's real? You know what I mean? Like, come on, what are you doing? Show us. Don't show us Legos or whatever the fuck that is. Oh, one of them is Lego. All right, we have a cat. Show us actually the thing. Come on, man. I'm fucking rooting for you. I want to believe it. I want to believe it. I want to believe.
Unikitty. Later on, her Twitter acquaintance, Ting Tings,
Unabomber?
drew a stylized athletic reimagining of Chris to encourage her in her weight loss journey. On January 16th, Christine attended her scheduled hearing regarding her case of unpaid debt to second-round sub. The case concluded, and she was ordered to pay $2,476.63.
Yeah.
After she got back home, Chris took part in the hashtag 2009 versus 2019 challenge on Twitter, in which people compared themselves to how they were 10 years prior.
God.
Chris posted a photo of himself from 2009, along with a recent picture, admitting that back then, Chris was very nerdy and naive. Afterwards,
Feeling like, what changed, you know? Like, nothing? I don't know.
she asked Twitter support for the reasons why she remained unverified.
I guess she's less naive now, technically, but, you know, whatever.
On the platform, despite providing the verification team with her driver's license image twice, and that everyone knew her. On January 17th, she lashed out at her haters when she discovered that My Little Pony associated creator, Eliora, had blocked her on Twitter. She added that she loathed being
It's kind of true, though. Like, why isn't Christine verified? Now you could get verified by just paying, like, $8 a month, right? Isn't that fucking crazy?
blocked by bullies, quote-unquote, yapping on about her, leaving her feeling like she hit another wall running. 3 days later, she was angered once more upon finding out she had gotten blocked by My Little Pony-related creator, Dusty Cat, after complimenting artwork done for him because her—
I mean, how is Christine constantly getting blocked by My Little Pony creators? It's crazy. And they must be super toxic, because I feel like normally you just leave it. Damn. Strong community of trolls, huh?
Her haters responded to anything she shared online, in addition to those aiming to further her delusions by discussing a supposed civil war occurring in Quickville. In addition, she reminded her followers of all the other individuals who had blocked her over the recent years. Chris then considered protecting her Twitter account, meaning that only select and trusted people could view her profile, inspired by the actions of the illustrator and voiceover artist, Doopy Doover, who had also blocked her. Chris was tempted to
Doopy Doover. What a fucking name, man. Fucking Doopy Doover.
block out all her haters at the expense of her genuine fans, and was sure, as when she pepper sprayed the feet of the alleged jerk assistant manager of the GameStop in 2014, that she would do.
What do you think that would feel like, though? Like, if, doing that to your... Oh, fuck, I forgot about this stupid minigame. Oh, yep, and then you just constantly get restunned. How do you think it would feel to pepper spray your feet? Think it would be kind of hot? I don't know.
It if left with no other choice. On January 21st, Christine wrote an extended Twitter thread discussing an apparent war in the dimension C-197, and also read out the thread in a YouTube video posted that same day.
Hello everybody, Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again in the utility room. And this time I got a whopper of a speech for everybody that needs to be well heard and
a
listened.
Big Mac of a speech.
I've just talked with the war rebels and haters in Dimension C-197, and I'm going to share the statement with the rebels and haters here in this world and dimension. For those who don't know, this war is between the CPU's console patron units, deities, heroes, superheroes, and the villains and supervillains who are acting against the prophecies and destinies that all have been happening, are happening.
Is it everybody versus the supervillains? Like, who's... Like, that sounds like a stacked team against the supervillains, you know what I mean? Like, how is it even like a fucking match? You know, it's not even a contest. Oh, you bitch.
And shall be happening. We, the heroes and deities,
We, the
do what we all must to stand and fight to defend the good of both worlds and dimensions. And I do understand and recognize how all of you thinking I am not making progress in myself and around me, but I am making progress in myself. I'm developing my brain further. I'm getting stronger in my superpowers and everything. You all just do not understand.
Well, you know, they do say, guys, that autism is a superpower. So they must be developing their autism, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a superpower, guys. Don't worry. It's a superpower.
Because y'all closed yourselves off. So, here's the thing. Haters and bullies. Why can't y'all just find something else that is actually popularly disliked and hated? Like Putin and his recent spiel against the LGBTQ in Russia. Or...
most likely because the trolls thinks that Putin's fucking based. Because realistically, internet trolls are the victims of fucking stupid memes on the internet. So Vladimir Putin riding a fucking bear, that's the most awesome base thing in the world to a bunch of like stinky little kids that don't understand dick about shit. They're like, you know, I fucking love Putin. He's so fucking base. You see him riding that bear? I believe it was actually him and not a Photoshop. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Donald Trump's freaking wall!
I'm supposed to like...
really taking money out of every single person's pockets. Is he thinking about the people? No, he's not thinking about us. He's thinking about himself.
True.
But this is not about Donald Trump. It's about all of you, the haters, and how y'all need to find something else to focus your hatred upon. And I will recommend this, as I did to the haters and rebels.
Now I see what happened. It's like there's been like a rise of like anti-woman sentiment, and the reality is that all these haters were basically they were directing all their anger at Christine. But now that Christine's like, you need to redirect it to someone else, they decided to disappear, and they went and started attacking a bunch of women. If only Christine had been the hero that we needed and continued to absorb all the hatred online. But instead, Christine got themselves arrested. For shame, man. For shame.
And C197 earlier today. Go punch a reinforced bag of sand.
Oh,
even those of y'all who are stuck to a chair in perma-epic fail, y'all can still reach out and punch a bag.
Punch a bag. Wow. Incredible.
Simple. You're on a chair. Just punch.
Oh, like literally. I thought that Christine was threatening to punch them, but like I actually got that wrong. Christine was telling them to use a punching bag to get out their irritations. Am I reading that right? I don't even know anymore. What the fuck's happening?
Thank you all so much. Everyone, have a great and safe day.
Yeah, you too.
And know that we, all of us, are working together to keep each and every day great and safe for all of you.
I'm personally not working.
Body, mind, spirit, and superpowers.
Wow, beautiful. Beautiful story.
In a similar tactic as that of the Idea Guys, enablers on Twitter encouraged Christine's beliefs that the sister dimension was real and that there was an ongoing conflict occurring between her own original characters.
Sister dimension, huh? Let me ask you, did Scott Cawthon steal the Five Nights at Freddy's idea from our friend Christine Weston Chandler here? Because as we know, Christine is a fucking trendsetter, okay? Keep that in mind.
And those of other franchises. She rejected claims from enablers who wrote that her son, Sonichu, had abandoned her, vowing to throw sandbags onto anyone if they said Sonichu was not loyal.
True.
On January 22nd, music artist Dodie released a music video for the song Monster, which briefly features an illustration of Sonichu.
What?
Also on that day, Chris was blocked by My Little Pony related creator Mad Munchkin, prompting her to go to her laptop to try protecting her tweets to restrict who could access her account.
What the fuck? Why is it happening in such succession at this point? This is fucking weird. They're really out to get Christina.
She announced that the only thing that could stop her from protecting her account was if all the people who had blocked her were to unblock her. She soon after declared that the deed was done and planned to individually block all unsavory accounts from the thousands that followed her.
Oh, she certainly has the fucking time of day to do it, let's be real.
7 minutes later, Christine unprotected her account, writing that protecting it would mean that all the people she followed and liked would not be able to read her responses and thoughts, and instead asked Twitter if there was an option for her to approve or deny follower requests. She then posted a short clip of herself shrieking out in frustration.
Can't you do that if you're on private though? Isn't that how it works? Or am I just a fucking idiot? I agree. I agree.
The next day, she continued to release her hatred for the haters and harassers by wishing they all experience what
Haters,
he did in
harassers.
school, and have 4 of the school's staff pin them down to the ground and record their screams onto an audio
What the
cassette
fuck?
tape and phone, and have it uploaded onto the internet.
Sounds like sexual assault. What the fuck?
She then reimagined the trauma done unto the trolls as a video game, where the trolls would be screaming victims who could not break free from the school staff's grip.
Yeah, it was like Five Nights at Freddy jump scare. See? Christine created this jump scare from Five Nights at Freddy's. What time are we in the timeline? We're in 2019. When did Five Nights at Freddy's come out? We're going to pretend after this. Okay, even though it's probably came out before it.
And could only scream and squirm, while also being strangled.
Jesus.
When confronted by other users for her violent threats,
Fucking porn.
Chris wrote that the haters and harassers drove her to that point, followed by 111 cloud with lightning emojis.
What?
She went on to explain
a
that
lot.
she only recalled that traumatic event from
111.
school because she was encouraged to think about it by her
How do you think Christine put those in? Like one by one, or do you think like copy and paste? When I do a lot of emojis, if I ever do like as a meme, I'll do like 10 and then I'll copy them and then I'll paste them and just keep doing that, you know?
psychiatrist at a recent meeting, and that the psychiatrist was to blame for making her remember it again.
It's the fucking
Chris
Lord,
pleaded
this dude
that if
sucked
people
my
wanted her to
penis.
function better, then they should never push her into that PTSD moment of epic insanity
Epic
and get
fail.
everyone who had blocked her to unblock her. When someone pointed out that Christine
Epic
should simply block her
failure.
harassers, she claimed that they would quickly create new accounts and use them to harass her again.
That's probably
And since
true,
she
yeah.
had over 29,000 followers, the arduous task of
Yeah,
blocking all
baller.
possible trolls would have been quote-unquote beyond hell and Tartarus.
Wow.
At the same time, Ting Tings
Yeah,
from Twitter
yeah, yeah.
had a
I
private
personally hate it when I get Tartarus in my fucking teeth, you know?
conversation with Christine,
Taste as
in which
hell.
she inquired whether Chris was in a Discord with Maker Night-V, because Tings was worried Megan was feeding her idea guys-esque ideas
That wings
after her
Tings?
private Discord messages were leaked on the QB forums. Chris admitted that they were in a Discord together, but denied she had anything to do with the idea guys, or that she was
me
being
neither.
forced to do anything. After Ting Tings shared their conversation on Twitter,
mean,
Chris
forces
told her
dungeon.
followers to
Yeah.
stop harassing her friends, possibly referring to Maker. Tings then messaged Maker Night-V directly, asking if her intentions were truly honest. Maker wrote that she saw Chris as someone who was as broken as she was, and that she simply wanted to help. Tings countered her claim with the leaked Discord messages of her making mocking comments, misgendering, and organizing her group to work as a team. Due to an onslaught of harassment, Maker Night-V wrote on Twitter that she was left feeling suicidal and hated herself and humanity. She said that even though she only wanted to help Christine, the constant bashing made her feel depressed.
Yeah.
On January
Well, that's gonna happen, man, when you're getting constantly fucking bullied on the internet. It's crazy. It's crazy.
January 24th, Christine apologized for lashing out the previous day,
Watch
but still
criminal
wished for every
psychology
person
videos,
she
maybe.
liked to unblock her. She added that after investigating and talking with her, she concluded that Maker Night-V was genuine and not a troll. She elaborated that Magi-chan and some other CPU goddesses had apparently told her Maker was not a troll. Chris soon after apologized to all the people who blocked her, mentioning their usernames, and asked for her trolls to all directly apologize to them as well so that she could be unblocked. She concluded that she would not take no for an answer, and if remained blocked, she would have another mental meltdown. Later again, Chris asked for other people involved with the MLP fandom, or brony artists and analysts who may personally know the individuals that blocked her, for advice on how to apologize to them. Later that day, Christine
How terrible. I do feel bad, but like they're never going to unblock them. Clearly they were receiving like a significant amount of like hatred when every time they got tagged by Christine, so they just started to block them. Like, they're not going to undo that. And like nobody's going to care enough to like investigate the struggle that Christine's going through. And part of it's because like it's not socially palatable. Nobody cares about Christine. No mainstream figure cares at all about Christine in any like real capacity. It's kind of the fucking truth, you know. So they're never gonna have that. They're never gonna get what they want there.
unveiled a preview of a short comic that was inspired by the ongoing blocking saga. Later again, Chris wrote a handwritten declaration of diplomatic immunity for a brony analyst who had blocked her, Eon of Dreams, and his counterpart in the sister dimension for apparently fighting back against haters. Later on, in response to a person talking about watching the Netflix-produced series about serial killer Ted Bundy, Chris asked
I'm a
if
serial
it
killer. I had 3 little boxes. You know, the personalized boxes the other day. 100 calories each. Not bad.
was the same Bundy who she believed was framed for his crimes.
Oh my god,
When
I
others
forgot
tried
about
to
I forgot about
explain-
like the Ted Bundy chew. It's fucking nuts.
that it was a concept fabricated for her by the idea guys. Chris rejected this claim, stating that the framing was a fact that was even mentioned on Wikipedia. She added that she even talked with his Sonichu reincarnation, who served as a soldier in Quickville and was behaving himself very well, without a single instance of launching a killing spree in the past year. At the end of the day, Chris created a new Twitter account, Magichan Sonichu. The account's tweets were protected, meaning that only approved followers could see her tweets. But it could be seen that Chris used this account to follow all the people who had blocked her. One of the blockers, Chaotic Chimera, responded in a thread that the reason she blocked Chris was because she didn't want to be associated with a scammer, relaying personal bad experiences with such people, and
like specifically Christine? Or just in general?
Vowed to block anyone who encouraged her to unblock Christine. Another user notified her of the alternative accounts she was using, and so Chimera blocked them all.
Oh, that's messed up. Damn, these guys are so mean to Christine. It's fucking crazy.
By the morning of January 25th, nearly all the people that had blocked her original account had also blocked her new Magichan account.
Oh my god.
When someone asked Chris if the account truly belonged to Magichan, she confirmed that she helped him set up the account, and he allegedly stood beside her as he selected what posts he liked and which accounts to follow. Christine then wrote that she felt sad and depressed, and blamed others for forcing her to do what she did after getting blocked, followed by 39 loudly crying face emojis. Another Twitter user revealed to her that
it's funny because like nowadays crying face emojis don't even necessarily mean crying. They kind of just mean like almost like an LOL laughter, like I'm crying laughing, but also like a little bit concerned at the moment, you know? You know what I'm saying?
That when asked via direct message, one of the blockers confessed that the trolls had nothing to do with the blocking, and that Chris was blocked under advisement of friends. After reading the screenshots of the private messages, Chris determined that the images were photoshopped. Afterwards, Twitter user Kirai Uchiha told one of Chris's blockers, Sega Sister, that Chris was escalating in her demands and wanted the brony to spread the word about Chris's intentions. Consequently, Kirai Uchiha was blocked by Christine for allegedly prompting Sega Sister to block her. Soon after, the Twitter user reported that they would be contacting the sheriff's department of Chris's locale and tell them what she has been doing. Christine then acknowledged that she learned that some of the instances of recent events were not hater-instigated and apologized to Uchiha for branding them a hater. She then after promised to not push any more abusive tweets or posts, wishing to make amends as quickly as possible. Also on the 25th, Chris unveiled an older drawing of Chris Chan Sonichu taking part in the My Little Pony Analysis YouTube series.
Where's the cock? Isn't there supposed to be a penis that's like his own penis traced out? I don't understand. Or
EF2 Analysis, which was hosted by some prominent...
Wait, a really quick question. Is Christine ever on estrogen? Like, just a genuine question. Or do they just, like, not take estrogen? I just thought about that right now. I don't know.
Members of the Brony community who roleplayed as characters from the video game Team Fortress 2, including some who had blocked her. Through a lengthy Twitter thread, she explained how she apparently participated in the show after being introduced to the opportunity by prominent TF2 Analysis member Dr. Wolf. Finally, on that day, Chris complained further about her week, adding an account of an incident concerning her neighbors. Worst week ever to my mind, body, and emotions. Blocked by more of those I like and appreciate it. I'm not going to cry or have a tantrum, just more apologies to issue. If I did not have the greater destiny and all, I probably would just die from all of the rejection!
Interesting. I wonder if Christine made up all this like fake importance just to have a reason to live. Because like, you know, obviously this is like a very delusional state, but I wonder if that delusional state comes from the feeling of necessity of some kind of importance, because that would be super fucking sad if it's true. That's fucked.
Even more shocking, my neighbor across the street from me shouted angrily at me, blaming me for his child questioning their gender identity. This happened Thursday. More stress and anxiety on top of all of the other chaos and drama.
So
how do you think I'm feeling, bad trolls? How do you all, each and every one of you all, think I am feeling? I am not asking for sympathy or pity. Go on about your lives. Emmanuel, please, get my body to C-197 now. This 1218 world is becoming all too much for me. Soul and mind/body. On January 26th, MLP-affiliated creator Harmony Dancer tweeted at Christine, telling her not to contact her friends ever again, and called her a monster. She denied Chris's claim that she was a victim and called her disgusting and scum.
Damn.
This caused Chris to write that she was now closer to 82 loud crying face emojis and congratulated her haters for making her feel so.
That's alright, so
She encouraged others to tear her down because she could infinitely respawn and so could be teared up into infinity because she was scum.
Damn.
Chris went on to write a long tirade filled with random access humor because she was scum and did not deserve sleep. If you would like to see this slip of scum sleep for the night, dial 963 on your speed dial while looking for granola in the bottom of the ocean with humpback whales while wearing Mario Frog suits, provided by Lumberjack Incorporated. Hee. Ugh. Tonight's order of fried brains has been brought to you by Harmony Aroma Dancers of Pizza Joe in Lumbago, Nicaragua. Random isms are also brought
What the fuck is she talking about? Is this like a manic episode? What is all this shit that's going on?
To you by Harmony Aroma Dancers in New York, Zimbabwe, and Cucamonga. Yee-hee!
Akabunga.
Enjoy marshmallows and jelly beans in your strawberry, jam, and parmesan pizza pie made with the help of Eskimos and rubber chickens. Bon appetit and headaches.
I'm surprised she didn't say bone appetit, you know?
Then went to her Magichan Twitter account to reply to Harmony Dancer, posing as her supposed husband, stating that she did not sleep the whole night, and her brain was damaged by being called scum. Harmony Dancer then read Chris's attempts at making her feel guilty, and expressed through a meme that it was the dumbest shit she had seen all day. The next day, Chris claimed that the reason she may have been blocked was that people believed that trollsome Christian impersonators on Twitter who harassed the brony analysts were the real Christine. She asked for them to—
You know what's interesting? It didn't even click until now after Geno said it that there would be like fake accounts. Is this kid seriously gonna jump down like a fucking moron? Here, I'll go too. Just kidding. Oh, what a stupid ass.
reassess the blockings and investigate the unique Twitter handles of the Chris's they blocked. At around this time, QB Farms users suspected that Chris or her friend, Maker Nightvy, established a new Twitter account, Cream Arena, named after Maker's original character, which proceeded to follow all the accounts which had blocked Christine. On January 28th, Chris recorded and released a YouTube video addressing the recent blocking fiasco.
Just addressing, you know who you are, my fellow bronies and Pegasisters who blocked me on Twitter.
Pegasisters.
The obvious big thing, among which is the bad, outdated reputation I had that's like 12 years old nearly. Seriously, 2007. No, Joe's hate on me since then.
Just can't with Christine anymore. It's also okay. I guess I'm down here now. It's also been consistent. I think it's more than just from then, but sure, okay.
I would never have done any of those things that I am very shameful of today if they had not gotten involved.
I mean, if Christine would just stop being online, these wouldn't be issues anymore, you know? Like, just log off, you know? Like, just delete all your shit. Stop making Magic Chan, Sonic Chew fucking accounts and just disappear, you know? Just fade into the night. Nobody will know who you are anymore, you know? That's what it is. Yeah, peg your sisters. That's pretty good. I like that. Fuck, it's stunned. Peg your sisters.
I'm just as trolled and bullied as some to most of y'all. And
Stop. Fuck.
harassment. I do not harass anyone. The only things I do on Twitter are kindness and supportive type commentary. And
Commentary.
among which those haters and harassers, they used outdated, and partially counting the stuff that was deceived on me last year during those 6 months by freaking idea guy and Stephen Boyd. They conned $6,000 on me. You think I'm not upset about that either? I'm upset about that. And I'm upset about all the
How did they con $6,000 from Christine? Confused. What am I missing? What?
rejection I'm getting from the people. I'm a fan of each and every one of you. I'm serious. I like your art style. I like the way you do in your shows and everything. Very serious about that, and I'm sorry for offending each and every one of you, but I ask is just, I gotta get my mental sanity back, so please unblock me. Please unblock me. I'm very, very sorry for everything, for offending each and every one.
You could just make a new fucking account that's like not blocked. And then don't name it fucking mysterious Sonichu fan fucking 49 or whatever the fuck you named the last one. You know, you could just do that.
You super serious. All those damn trolls and haters and harassers. I just.
There's like a weird anime thing that's going on I think it's called Ohio the Anime. I think maybe Christine should be part of Ohio the Anime on TikTok. It'd be kind of cool, don't you think?
Running my life since 2007. 2007.
Oh shit.
Check whoever's been harassing you, pretending it, because they're actually pretending it's me or being themselves, just straight out outdated crap about me. And I'm actually and I've proven myself to be, and I'm still working myself to be, a very good, honest, decent person. Alright? I mean, you don't misjudge a woman who got seriously drunk at 21, accidentally did a porn film, but then 10 years later you judge her based on what she did 10 years ago.
Well, it's what's funny about what you're saying right now is that absolutely does happen today. That's the whole fucked up part about it. People do judge women that do porn, even from 10 years ago. What are you talking about? But okay.
This shit's been over a decade old. 2007. I've been trolled since then. I'm still getting freaking bullied and everything.
I like the music transition
Anyway.
there.
Please unblock me on Twitter. Unblock me.
Perfect timing.
That's all I'm
too.
asking. We don't have to be friends, but I do not like to be hated, and I am not one that's worthy of hatred. Yet I'm followed by all these freaking people who it's a freaking fetish to them to harass and hate everybody.
True. That's the face I make when I have constipation.
And I know y'all agree with me too on that. I feel like I could faint in a moment. So, again, I'm sorry for offending y'all in any way, and the reputation's outdated, and these damn trolls just trying to mislabel me as so much negative. It's just... Very serious. Look at me. Look at me. Look how tired I am. Of all this chaos that's been going on the past week, because everybody's been blocking me.
Cracking under the pressure of the people she sought comfort in pushing her away, Christine once more failed to acknowledge that her own actions were largely at fault. For most people, it is difficult to own up to their mistakes and take the
Was Christine banned from Twitter?
blame and inevitable consequences. For a goddess like Christine, whose reality decreed she could do no wrong, perhaps it was impossible.
Wow. Incredible stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, another excellent episode of Christine Weston Chandler.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.